Hi, this is Laurie with So Much Love Quilt Store. I'm going to quickly show you how to load a quilt on your Continuum II frame. So I've got my back take-up bar, and you can see the print here, and I've got it marked. And then in the front, we've got the back side of the front bar, and I'm going to pull this up onto the bar. And I'm going to take my fabric. This is not the way everybody does it, but this is the way that I have found it to be easiest for me to do. And you're just going to find your middle. And you're going to start pinning with the front facing you, because this bar is going to flip over. And when it flips over, the fabric will then be upside down. So I'm going to pin the bottom about an inch or so apart, holding it tight so that it doesn't buckle on you. I find that the bottom I can pin farther away. On the top, I'm going to pin it really close, almost touching. So I've got one half done. Now I'm going to do the other half. I like to use these thicker quilting pins for most of my pins. I am okay taking one of the thinner ones to put in between two of the bigger ones. Definitely want the bigger, thicker quilting pins at the front, the first and the last in the middle, to make sure that it holds. I'll just go ahead and put one more pin right there. Okay, so now we have the back pinned to the front bar. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to pull my fabric up. Find my top. This is the top of the fabric. Make sure if you have anything that's directional that it is going upside down from this bar, so that the top of your quilt, turn it around and look at it to make sure that the writing or the animals are right side up. Okay, once again, I'm going to find the middle. This time, the back of the fabric will be facing me. I'm going to pull this out. Put these pins over here. And move it over. I can pull this all the way up to me so that I don't have to reach. That will save your back. Then I'm going to do the same thing here as I did previously, but here I'm going to pin a little closer. I find it easiest to pull this up so you're pinning on the back side. Makes it really easy on both sides to get it pinned without having to worry about getting the back of this or the back of your fabric. When you do it the other way, if I was going to try to pin this here like this, becomes a little awkward, and as you're pinning, a lot of times you end up getting more than you wanted in there, and then you have to take it out. The fabric, excess fabric, gets caught in there. So I like to flip it over and pin it to the back side. If you've been using your Continuum II frame and you do it differently, that's fine. As long as it works for you, then that is just fine. This is simply the way that I teach when I do my classes, and that I have found to be the easiest. I have tried multiple different ways, but everybody's different. Now, one thing that is important that you must do right the same way is that this fabric, I'm gonna put another pin in. I want these very close. I can look at the front, look at the back. I need another pin right in here, maybe two. I like to try to use the full length of my pin. You don't want it too short or it'll come out, but you want to get a lot in there. Okay, so that is good. This is really important to make sure you do. This needs to come down under this bar if you're using your idler bar. If it's over this bar, your fabric backing will be at a slant and you want it even. Now all we have to do, we're almost done, is roll it up. So I always roll towards me. So this bar is going to come towards me like this. You can smooth it out, tug at the sides to get it tight. It's a good time to pick things off. If you don't want to iron your backing, you can spray these creases with Best Press. It works very well and eases those creases before you get started quilting. I'm not going to worry about it for the purposes of this demo. I've got a long piece here. I want to make sure that I'm pulling it tight and then it's the same. It should be relatively the same amount on either end. This should not be way short like this. You want to pull that over and get it basically about even. And you want to, if you've got a really long piece, you want to make sure that you're pulling it out so it's not bunching in the middle. All right, that's a big crease. Definitely have to get rid of that, but see how nicely that is now all nice and flat. Okay, so now, since I'm almost there, I can come back here. You want to make sure your edges are pulled tight, and you simply roll this back. Now I have a nice flat area. If you notice, let me just show you. I'm wishing I didn't use such a big, long piece. If you accidentally roll this the wrong way, I want to show you what it's going to look like. I'm just going to roll it real quick here because I just want you to see so that you'll know if you do this, because I've accidentally done it before, what the problem is. So if you see this, if you get it close up here, my fabric is down below my bar and it's at an angle and you want that to be flat. So if you do that by accident, just unroll it and re-roll it the other direction. From here, it should be towards you. These bars are nice and easy to roll. Do it one-handed. Of course, I'd want to be pulling this and getting that even. I'm kind of skewing that way a little. Once you've got that done, you're going to turn these. These will have been towards the side. If you want to come a little closer so they can see. These are going to be turned so that it goes straight up and down. This bar is locked. So I'm going to turn this one. The proper way to do it is you would turn this one first so that the top is locked, and then pull this tight, turn it in lock. Now you're ready to put on your clamps, and you will be all set to put your batting on and start quilting. I really love these clamps. They're so easy to use, and you can move them to get them right where you need them. So as soon as I clamp the other side, I can put batting on and start quilting. Happy quilting. And remember to always sew much love with every stitch with So Much Love Quilt Store in Granbury, Texas. See you soon.